No, we're Dustin's over there actually doing some work,
Oh,
of
okay.
all things. So, um, I just don't.
Yeah. How many you put that into a weapon so every time you kill somebody it plays that?
Well, apparently he's gonna make horses fly in this town because he's got some incredible markup. Um, did somebody just log in, or did somebody log out?
I'm here.
My screen just jumped. Usually that means somebody has logged in. All right, horseshoes. All right, so horseshoes are 1 gold piece. I guess we could base it off of like swords.
What are you talking about? Base it off. So you just take the value of the item, and I have to use that much material.
But you can't. But you can't make anything that's more than 100 gold.
Right.
So that's the
I'd have
trick.
to make that by scratch.
Yeah, but I mean, I was getting a reference. Like horseshoes are like 1 gold piece, so you can make. So it ain't worth it for you to spend an hour doing a horseshoe. So I would guess maybe like a sword. Just trying to think of things you can make. I'd guess swords. Aren't swords like you can make like good stuff? Yeah, you can make like crossbows, hand crossbows. You can make armor. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Well, maybe not crossbows, but I'm sure you can make like some kind of sword. Battle axes. Yes.
All it says is that I can craft a non-magical item that must include some metal.
That must include some metal. I think.
And it can't be worth more than 100 gold pieces.
Right. But see, like a short sword's 10 gold. A scimitar is 25. Like.
Or if I have. It also says I can create duplicates of items as long as they contain metal. If
Okay.
I have the original with me.
Okay.
So keys. It's going to make me a good thief. I can make copies of keys.
I don't even.
I'm going to open a locksmith shop. I'm
Forge,
just going to make
Forge and
copies.
locksmith. Nobody is safe.
So yeah,
All right. So just make.
I'm going for the high dollar items that are in the that have orders for them.
Yeah. So I'd say that's weapons and armor, for the most part, unless you're going to make jewelry. But like you could make, scale mail, ring mail. You can pretty much do almost all of those different things. Shields. Yeah, I would definitely say shields are in there.
Yeah, and it doesn't say that I have to do anything during the ritual. It just says that it takes an hour.
Well, during the
And then I have to
ritual,
leave.
you would have to concentrate the whole time, but it would basically, as long as you're just sitting there doing it, you should just sitting there, I guess.
It doesn't say that I have to do anything.
Well, you have to do a ritual, and a ritual has its own definition.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
So you'll be doing humming to the middle gods and.
Yeah. So for the next hour, I'm just going to do whatever the most expensive item on that list is. I'm going to create it using materials that are in the shop.
All right. Well, I am going to stick you. I don't know what'll be the forge. We'll just say it's here. All right. So you are now at the forge. At a table in the forge.
Where is here?
It should be. It's the map where it's got looks like farm and everything. Do you see it?
Yeah, now I see it.
Okay. So yeah, I would just move yourself wherever on that, just until you do that, and then just we'll contemplate how long you're doing it. Okay. James, Mercy.
The building has. Oh no, never mind. I was about to say it has no external door, but no, that's it. I have a farm too. This is my home now.
Well, you can take that up with Matt. All right, James. The mayor had told y'all that it was an old hermit in the grove west of town. So it would be a grove, meaning trees. I see you on a road, but I don't see you next to a grove.
I left, or I stopped what I was doing when you were finishing up with.
That's what I'm.
Cromwell.
Yes.
So, the west of town. Do we have a map of the west of town, or
you're standing on the map?
Okay, then I'm going to go behind this buildings over here. That's forested area.
Yep, you definitely see some trees.
Well, I'm doing a survival check, and then I get a plus. I get to double my proficiency. Four? Yeah. Okay. So I'm doing a survival check to look for signs of this hermit.
Okay. You don't see anywhere you're at. You definitely see a dense grove across the river.
Okay. I'm gonna go look at. I'm across the bridge,
and you see You see a couple paths going into what you perceive as a grove.
Okay, I'm going to go down the first path. I believe that's this right here. Do I see anything that down that path or no?
Yes, you do see more going down that path.
Okay, so I'm going to go down the path.
All right, go on down the path.
And by the way, Ed is with me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Your trusty thief and businessman.
So, anywho, I'm down the path. Am I seeing the hermit? Any tracks of encampment or anything like that?
It's not really a hidden encampment. I'm going to utilize this for.
I don't know what this is.
I just shared it with you.
Oh.
And I'm just
Okay.
all I'm doing is opening up the section that's really much of a camp.
Okay. So I'm walking up to this camp area to investigate this hermit in the whereabouts. Do I see any activity in the camp? Am I?
Oh yeah, I mean it's the dude. You're like, wow, okay, obviously somebody lives here.
Okay.
There you go.
Let me move this so I can see.
God, I love having this huge screen. I'm glad my wife screwed up and bought this thing.
Okie dokie. So, did Matt see that too, or is that for everybody?
Oh yeah, I mean I
can see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm going to minimize this. Okay, good. I can see that now.
Right.
I'm going to see if I can call out for the hermit, because I don't know the hermit's name, correct?
No, you haven't asked for his name, and you haven't spoken to anybody about him, so you wouldn't.
Yeah.
The mayor did not mention it.
Yeah. Hello, hermit. Hermit. Hello. Hermit.
So basically, he's got this like big rough kind of tent like structure. It's probably closer. Well, we'll say that's his storage area. He lives in this little yurt right here. He's got a wagon. He's got a wagon or two. He's apparently not a poor hermit, which sparks up Matt's interest. So he's a bent and gray beard little loner, and pretty much you can tell he's old, he's bedraggled. He doesn't. What's your perception, Matt?
My
Um, uh, 15 is what it says perception.
15.
Yes.
Or yeah. Okay. Good. So is that your passive perception?
Yes.
Okay. You notice on one hand he's got a ring, a very very large golden ring, and that obviously sparks your interest. He's got a big wooden staff that he leans on for the most part, but yeah, he looks like a crabby old man. He's he's probably been living in this one room hut for probably over a decade. Yeah, seems comfortable. So you're calling him out over there, old James?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Hermit guy, the one by himself.
So,
Hey.
so you hear some shuffling in the yurt, and this old man comes out, and like kind of hot on his heels is a very large weasel that kind of skitters around and jumps over to the wagon just south of you.
I'd appreciate it, sir, if you put your pants on first.
I'm no ranger. Where's your pants, pet bud? I could smell you coming up the road.
Do people bathe like on a regular basis? I thought it was like an annual thing. Anyway, the mayor in this town has sent us over here, and we're basically trying to figure out what's going on in town. And he said that we need to look into you, so I'm looking into you.
Well, I'd rather you not. I kind of like my body the way it is, and I've already heard that you adventurers have caused enough trouble in this town already. I'm surprised they haven't run you out yet, but I imagine it's probably close to time.
How would he have heard that if he's a hermit?
He's got his ways, man. He's got his ways.
Well, that's all that they're going to run us out, but I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, and what is against you and the mayor? What, you guys have some sort of a history together? Is that weasel a part of it?
No,
Did that weasel do something to the mayor?
that mayor came into power a while back. He's probably a good fella, but him and I we don't know each other well, nor do we see eye to eye. I've lived in this town longer than he's been alive, and probably most of the people here, but unfortunately I just can't stand what's going on in that town, and I don't have the strength to deal with the problems that are here, so I'm trying to live out my days next to the river and in this nice grove, which seems to have a little less of the trouble.
So this is all like the reptile stuff?
Well, of course, boy. Why do you think you're here?
Well, that's why I'm here, because we've run into some of that stuff too, and what do you know?
Well, I know pretty much everything, but nobody listens to me.
I'm here.
Well,
I'm going to extend my arm. I'm here.
well, you tell me, how has your stay been so far, besides all the people you've been killing?
Well, the murder. Well, no, they told me not to say murder.
Murder!
Self-defense. Murder. That's been okay. But no, it's just kind of weird. I'm used to living in the forest and talking to myself, and everybody's acting weird. I don't know what's going on. So I just want to figure out what's going on so we can stop killing everybody to take over the town, because I don't really want to run a business. I feel like we keep killing business owners, and then they're going to stick me in someplace, and I don't want to do that. Like, this thief guy, he runs an inn, but yet he's never there to run it. And then there's a dwarf guy with us that I think killed the black, and so now he's a blacksmithy, and I don't want to run a business.
Well, that might seem that might be a little smart of you. These types around here don't really take much to outsiders, you see. But you know, you seem like good lads. I think maybe that's probably why you haven't been killed yet. But I think your days are probably a little numbered. So I would highly recommend that you either figure out what's going on in this town and potentially have to clear your name from some things that have been going on, or I'd get out of town.
Okay, well, so my friends aren't going to leave town because they have businesses here now, so that's not an option. So, I need to figure out what's going on. So can you tell me what happened, like what led to the snake people, lizard people coming in?
Oh, well, I mean, this happened years and years ago. In fact, it's been happening for a while. It typically goes in cycles every 20 or 30 years, and we end up having a strew of people go missing, but some come back and some don't. I would say that the people that come back are a bit different. I don't know if you happen to see some of the patrons in that inn that you have commandeered, but I would venture to say they were shadows of their former selves.
So if this has been going on for like every 20 to 30 years and only a few people go off, that means like the majority of the town aren't snake people, right?
Well, I would say there are some that probably aren't. There are very few people I trust these days.
Well, who do you trust?
I have some people that I trust, but I don't know you quite well, so I think I will refrain before deciding on whether or not I'll trust you.
Well, so this is James. I'm gonna wink when I say it to the guy, like kind of thing. So I'm just afraid that my friends might commandeer some businesses of your friends. So if you want the people that you like and trust to be not commandeered, then maybe you could tell me their names and we could maybe not commandeer them.
Oh, hell, boy, I ain't got all this kind of time. I told you I was trying to live out the rest of my days over here. Look, you just need to go out there and try to find some of these monsters that are abducting people. There's a cult, don't you see? There's a cult out there that's abducting people. There's monsters. There's lizard folk that we haven't seen in a really long time. And I guarantee you, there's probably some of the undead. This is like the version of the most awful hermit I can think of.
That's great.
So what I need you to do is I need you to follow this here weasel and go see if you can find some of these monsters and investigate and see if there's something you can do about this.
So this is like a weasel, like a bad guy sniffing weasel.
Apparently, it's some kind of bad guy sniffing weasel.
Sweet. Cool. So I'm gonna walk up to the weasel and poke it. Hey, you're with me now. Hi.
You're with me. You are mine. He don't like for people to touch him much, you see.
Well, maybe he needs to go to Ed.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh no, this is all your thing. I'm just standing there, smirking and observing.